Greetings, welcome to Fort Fritz. This is episode 17. You are going to be scared, hopefully, if any of our story contributors do their damn job. But
ain't gonna happen.
At the same time, we want you to also be aware that these stories might elicit responses in you that might be undesirable. So if that is the case, go ahead and have a good rest of your evening or your early morning. Walk the dog, eat a biscuit. You're listening to Fort Fritz. Hello, I'm host Fritz, and I'm joined by co-host Mandaddy.
Hi.
Nick Spry.
Salutations.
And Kaz.
What?
So here's the thing. Obviously, we're in the backyard.
Yeah.
And you can see these huge shrubs. It looks like overgrown bamboo almost.
A shrubbery.
It's a little shrubbery.
Thicket.
It's a nice thicket of different plants.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
It's dense.
Yeah, definitely. It almost looks like they had, what do they call it when they cut them into a topiary?
A topiary.
Like grown out old animals. Like,
No.
it's like a bear's got like forearms now. It's just overgrown.
Aren't all bushes basically overgrown topiary when you think about it?
I guess so.
You know?
Freeform animals.
Yeah.
If you don't care about it, sure.
This one's shaped like a cloud.
Yeah.
It's amazing, yeah. Clouds, different animals. This one's shaped like a little butterbean.
That is a butterbean.
Yep, that's exactly what that is.
Very distinct
You're
shape.
my little butterbean, Fritz.
Oh, I love you, man, Daddy. Do you guys know what this plant is?
No, what is it?
Well, that's the thing, right?
It's a thistle.
Every plant is shaped differently.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and look at every individual leaf. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Okay, that's a lot of leaves to look at.
All right, we'll start with
Kaz,
this one
what are you
over
seeing over there? Anything that you notice about that leaf and compared it to the other plant?
here. They're exactly the same.
They are the same. This is a secret crop that I guess Felix was growing on his property.
What is this? Wait. My hands are all like sticky now. What?
Is that because of the plant?
Is this tobacco?
It's a tobacco plant.
It's like small for tobacco, though.
How do you know so much about tobacco?
Huh?
How do you know so much about tobacco?
High school job. Summer. Gotta make a buck.
Okay, here in Florida?
Migrant worker.
Oh, okay. That explains it all. Okay, totally.
That's cool.
I got a lot of calluses.
Not from the tobacco, though. Am I right?
Not for the tobacco.
I'm insinuating he masturbates a lot.
So here's the thing. When I go out into the middle of the field, I see some crops, some plants that are pushed over.
Oh, no.
Like a crop circle?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Is it
I
like
don't-
concentric?
I don't want to say it, but yes.
Okay.
Now, I have seen crazy lights here before.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we have.
Who here knows anything about any kind of extraordinary or unexplainable light?
Recently, actually, have you guys heard that the Chilean military declassified an actual UFO sighting by their military?
No, I did not.
Florida's pretty close to Chile, right? Like we're like what?
Yeah, it's just around
It's like a
right,
hop, skip, and
A boat and a plane.
a boat and a long ass plane
tunnel.
ride.
Long ass plane ride. Yeah, Chile is the longest country, I think, in the world.
Yep.
And thinnest.
You could stretch it across the contiguous United States, and it would overlap.
Really?
Yep.
At some points, it's only like 3 miles from border to
width?
border. Yeah.
Just one mountain peak, and then the other one was like,
They're just yelling at Peru from the other side. Fuck you, Peru! Peru's like, nah.
hey, keep Peru out of this, all right?
Actually, a fun cast trivia fact. I am half Chilean. My mother was born in Santiago, Chile, and
Really?
she grew up in Valparaiso. And,
Very nice.
I share Chilean blood. According to her, I have dual citizenship because she was born there, and I can just go there. So I'm kind of that's my plan B escape. If I ever need to get out, I go to Chile.
I'm pretty sure by saying that you were just put on a watch list and
Somewhere,
ICE is on
yeah,
their way
it's
here right now.
Exit down south.
Well, the Chileans are straight shooters, right? They're a fiery people,
Evidently.
and so they don't seem to be mincing any words about this. They have some footage of that was recorded by one of their military helicopter pilots, and they reviewed the footage for 2 years. The government did. They passed it to what would be the Chilean equivalent of the FAA. They concluded that they do not know what the hell it was, and they do know what the hell it wasn't, and that list is what the conventional sort of BS excuses that we get here in America. Oh, it was a weather balloon. Oh, it was somebody who was cleared for landing, but wasn't really talking to you on the civilian band or whatever.
Who's the frisbee?
Right, exactly. Some
Giant frisbee.
Moonlight glinting off a frisbee thrown by Poseidon or whatever. Yeah, that swamp gas.
Thrown by Poseidon. Has the government actually used that excuse? Because then that would mean they're admitting to Poseidon's existence.
All right, so let me get this straight. There's 3 lights in the sky, right? Yes, exactly. There were 3 lights to my 9 as I was driving. Yeah, that was probably Poseidon's trident he threw up there.
Just letting you know what's up.
Sometimes he around this.
Did it then go down?
Back
yes,
down.
Yeah, that was just it going back down,
back
into
down
his left
into
hand.
the sea, where it returns. So the incident happened in 2014 in November.
That recent.
So the footage was just released a couple months ago. So it would have been 2016, November 2016.
Oh, wow.
So the footage is of two light orbs connected that are basically traveling, pacing this helicopter at, I think they said it's like 35 knots or something like that, 45,000 feet up. The helicopter pilots radioed it in. Obviously, this is a military area, no-fly zone. They are communicating with radio traffic. Radio traffic saying nothing's there. Nothing is supposed to be there. There are no civilian paths. There are no military. They're like try to talk to it on radio.
Was it showing up on radar?
No.
Ooh.
It was not showing up on radar, and they were well within the detection distance of the radars there, and the helicopter that was observing this with the naked eye was detected on radar. So there was no radar malfunction. Everything was working fine, but they couldn't find this craft.
Wow.
Was this during the middle of the day?
Yes. Bright.
Really?
They mentioned warm, clear, sunny day, very, very good visibility. This is partially why they were able to get such a clean naked eye visual on this.
Is this photograph or film?
This is film. There is 9 minutes of film.
Oh, wow.
Of them tracking this unidentified object, and no one. And basically, you hear the chatter of radio control and the pilots, everyone going back and forth, going, "What the fuck even is this? We can't tell. It's not responding to civilian radio bands, military radio bands. It's not. Basically, it's a ghost, but they can see it."
So, did it exhibit any of those properties that you hear, especially with like UFOs and orbs, how it would move in a manner that an aircraft could not conceivably perform?
They did note some very wouldn't say erratic, but very quick movements, and one of the, actually, it's interesting that you mentioned it, the more startling fact, I think, is that 3 different times during the observation, this 9-minute video, the craft is seen to eject a cloud of some type of liquid that is actually picking up a very high heat signature on infrared, so much so that they verified that it couldn't have been water, it couldn't have been any of like the normal sort of waste products that would be ejected from a plane on Earth, essentially.
Alien chemtrail.
Yeah, they talked about this Chilean no-fly zone specifically having rules where no one was allowed to emit contrails unless they radioed in for permission to essentially like eject certain whatever valves or flumes or whatever.
Or drugs to control our society.
They're turning the frogs gay!
I know!
Ground control, we cannot hold it any longer. Please, just let us just cut one loose. We just cannot hold it any longer.
Negative, Alpha 3. Hold it in. My mom's here.
I'm on a first date, Alpha 3.
All right.
This was in 2014?
Correct.
Was Chile, and I'm trying
Chile, please.
Was Chile under any kind of war? Were they...
No
military action.
No. It was a meteorological survey of the area. Yeah, they were just kind of out there flying around. There wasn't any real like mission going on, and they just happened to pick up this perfect video of this. It's essentially a connected pair of orbs. If you look at the video, it's kind of blurry because it is, those like military grade cameras and everything looks a little bit.
Don't you think they'd have the good stuff?
I think that they do. They just don't put it on they don't put it on like the random enlisted guy's helicopter.
The fact of the matter is that every time there's a UFO or anything, everybody's like, "Oh my god, a UFO! Grab the worst camera we've ever made." I mean, it's every time. But the fact is, I think what it is that aliens have a technology that just makes our cameras look crappy.
They FUD up.
Their military
where they know if they just black it out, then we'll completely be tipped to their game. But if they just make everything look blurry and unbelievable, then they can continue doing all with their work.
It's subtle.
It is.
So yeah, they sent this footage to even overseas. Some French analysts had a look at it and tried to come up with their own explanations for it, and release those to the Chilean military, and basically said, hey, we think it's probably this type of jetliner, and it was cleared for landing at this airport. And Chile came back and said, nope, none of that is true.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't any of this stuff. Like, we don't know what it is.
Which country was this? I'm sorry.
They sent it to France. France had another, they had...
Yeah, France has one of the better airline reputations in the entire globe. Yeah,
Really?
North Korea is dead last.
Shocker.
Yeah.
North Korea is dead last. This is how amazing the French equivalent of the FAA is. A jetliner that took off from Brazil en route to Paris went missing 3 hours or 4 hours into the flight in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay.
They found the plane 2 years later.
What?
They scoured pretty much the same. They knew almost exactly where the plane was.
Is that still a good thing to say about their air safety?
Because of their extensive
Sometimes those
radar.
never get found, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pilot errors. It was human error. I'm just saying that's a large area of underground terrain, mountains to search for, and they found it.
So yeah, they there's a long list of what you would consider to be your standard explanations for unidentified flying objects, and Chile's come out and basically firmly refuted all of them, pointing to different evidence to refute all of them.
Yeah,
so
these aren't them.
Exactly.
It's not that. What about this? It's not that.
It's
what
not
about
that.
this? Totally not that.
I think it's a refreshing take. It's something that I don't think I've heard of for a UFO story.
Yeah.
Is the government coming out and saying, "Look, all that shit that we normally say, it's not that. We don't know what it is." Sorry.
When they release this, are they asking for help? Are they looking for answers?
Well,
are they going, look, so we don't know what this is. Do you guys know?
Is it from their tourism board? Please come to Chile and solve our problem.
We don't know what this is. Chile.
That's from their tourism board. We don't know what this is. Chile.
If you had a country this long, you'd be asking the same thing. What is this? Chile.
I think it's standard practice for them to, once something like this comes out, to release it after 2 years.
I
think the 2 years just happen to be the culmination of the investigation. But yeah, after something is recorded, they investigate and then they release it to the public to say, here was our. So like anyone in the software industry will tell you that list was basically just covering your ass. So the guy said, all right, look, I don't know what it is, but these are all the things I did check. So if you want something else checked, let me know. But this is the no-no list. This is definitely what it is. So yeah, it was just a long sort of cover your ass list, and I'm sure it included all of the standard tech support stuff like unplug the helicopter camera, plug it back in, make sure that it's not some type of glitch.
Yeah, exactly. As you're in a goddamn helicopter, military helicopter.
Well, you can probably
unplug it, plug it back in.
Unplug the helicopter. It's not plugged in. It's a helicopter.
There is no Control-Alt-Delete button.
Yeah. The pilot just goes, well, this guy knows best. He opens up the window. Don't go on it. Don't do it. Don't mess with I'm messing with the battery. Don't do it.
So yeah, I mean, if a major world government and its military, all of its military might and recording prowess isn't able to definitively tell us what this thing is, I don't know that we'd be able to do it with our technology, but it sounds like pretty spooky.
No,
right?
There's no way we're going to be able to do it with our technology. If Chile can't do it, we can't do it.
Right. I mean, it's Chile. Like they got it. Right?
When you think tech, you think Chile.
What is this? Chile.
Whoa.
What the hell is that?
There's something coming in.
Okay, this is not... Okay, we've had way too many problems with these things.
Speaking of lights.
Just check it out. Watch what it does.
What?
Somebody
What is it?
Somebody get our worst camera. Hurry.
Yeah, quick. Yeah, so someone grab something from 1982.
I'm on it.
But just start sketching it out on like an easel.
Quick, we need a court sketch artist.
I got a light bright. I'm doing my best.
Perfect. I'm going to use this Etch-a-Sketch and see what we can do.
It's moving fast. It's zigging all over the place.
I'm trying to do a diagonal line on this Etch-a-Sketch, which is absolutely impossible. No one can do it.
The beam is sort of zipping around too, right?
Yeah, and I've only been able to take 3 Polaroids. I don't think this is going to work,
Blow
guys.
him. Wave them around. Make them flap faster. Like it'll dry. Flap like
It
a
looks
bird.
like they're interested in your crop. That's one thing. Or
They're scanning or like burning it or something. What's going on? It's like burning these weird hash marks in the field. These are actually really pretty.
I think hash mark might be an appropriate term.
It's
that's not tobacco, Fritz. By the way, that's not. That's something a little. That's a little different.
That's tasty.
Okay, yeah, these. That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Smells good.
It's kind of heavy on the tongue, but
yeah,
I'm liking it.
I mean, these. I'm kind of down with these aliens now. I was a little frightened before, but now I'm digging these aliens. I'm digging their vibe. I like them what they're doing.
Your voices sound really good, and when I close my eyes, I see fireworks.
You like this? Here, listen to this a little bit. Them aliens are nothing but nice.
Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I feel that in my tailbone.
It's like it's 4th of July with me and Daddy narrating.
The aliens are here to help you and be your friend.
I like it.
Hey!
Christ.
Okay, we gotta get out of here. Okay. On fire! Okay, wait. There's some doors on the ground right over here.
Why are there doors on the ground?
I don't know. Okay, let's get in it. I don't know what it is. Let's just get in it right now. Even though, why would you have a storm cellar? I don't know.
It's on fire.
Where's my camera?
No, fuck your camera.
Okay, just grab the disposable camera. That's the
Fuck
best technology we
everything.
need at this point.
Get in there.
All right, we gotta go into the storm cellar. All right, we gotta get into the storm cellar. We gotta save ourselves. The aliens just exploded this wonderful crop. We gotta get out of here. We're gonna take a little break. You're listening to Fort Fritz.
I'm flapping!
They're on fire.
Stop flapping!
Thoughts and prayers. All right, welcome back to Fort Fritz. Everything's a little bit better now. We got away from those aliens.
That was a close one.
Yeah, I'm glad we, by happenstance, found this little cellar basement area you have here at the fort.
Yeah, it's
This place
amazing.
is-
I've never seen this before.
Every day is a new place. It's this house is just so
Exactly.
cool.
It's really spacious.
I don't know if those aliens are burning, but I'm okay with it.
You all right?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Your
bad.
blood pressure looks really low right now.
What?
Chilling.
Okay,
Okay.
I guess that's fine.
I'm good. Oh, okay. I guess we are in complete darkness, and
I'm going to fumble around on this
This
wall
should be
over here.
totally
Don't fumble
terrifying.
around
Should this
on-
be terrifying?
Yes.
Where would this crew be without fumbling?
I don't
ask
wanna-
you that.
There's a lot of fumbling going
Don't
on.
ask those
Fumbling has
questions.
gotten us so far.
I want to fumble too.
Fumble
That's
with
what
me,
I'm
bro.
doing.
There's
Hey.
been bumbling and stumbling and
Don't
fumbling.
fumble, don't
Mumble,
bumble.
stumble, bumble, fumble, stumble, bumble, fumble,
Fumble,
stumble,
rumble,
bumble,
rumble.
fumble, stumble, bumble.
Royal stumble
Oh, that's
bumble.
awesome.
You guys are freaking me out right now.
Just go with it,
come-
man.
come fumble
should we
with
freak
us.
out?
It's
Should
too
we freak
dark.
out?
It's just too dark.
Why aren't I freaked out?
Can we try to find a light?
I'm not
Okay,
freaked
okay.
out.
Everybody find a light because
Fumble
if
with
we
it.
should be freaked out, but I am freaked out.
fumbling.
Okay.
I'm fumbling too.
over here.
I'm bumbling. I'm still,
I never stop fumbling.
wait, hold on. What
you got?
It's metal. It feels like a turnstile.
It's creaky.
It's definitely creaky. It's,
I feel something on the wall over here.
Yeah, Nick Spry's over here. He's got a big old box. That's a big
it's
box.
like there's a lever.
Yeah, a
it's
box
a
is
lever.
huge.
It's almost a comically sized lever.
How big is that?
there
That's
must
a
be
big
50
lever.
ways to love that lever.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
funny.
Yeah, I guess that's a lever.
I don't
That sounds like
understand.
Me and
love.
Daddy and I were just listening to Simon and Garfunkel.
It's actually just Simon.
Should I flip it?
Flip it. Flip
yes,
that.
flip it.
Flip
Flip
it,
that
dude.
switch.
Flip it.
I'm gonna flip it.
Flip it. Flip.
But seriously, should I flip it?
Yes,
Yeah,
flip it.
flip the
Flip it.
fucking
All right.
thing. Jesus.
You sure?
Dude.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Now, yeah, this is a lot better. What the
That
hell?
lit out there, and this is really
I wouldn't
cool.
say it's...
This is
This is-
insane,
this
dude.
is-
Right. Insane is the right word.
Yeah, this is not right. You have an amusement park in your basement.
These characters are not inviting at all. They are
This is-
creepy
this
as
is-
fuck.
really
Yeah.
weird.
This is like being in an HP Lovecraft
I was gonna say
nightmare,
Lovecraftian theme park.
but with rides and overpriced drinks.
Holy
this
shit,
Is really
this is-
crazy.
I don't
It's like
even
Coney
understand
Island
this.
meets Cthulhu.
Yes, Cthulhu
Cthulhu
Island.
Island.
Man, Daddy was completely right there. We are in a cage of turnstiles. There's
Yeah.
only one way to get through.
Yeah, but it just keeps on. It's like almost like an
locked.
Escher painting that keeps on going up and down, and then we can't get through, and then we get
Push
to the
it.
end of it.
Just push it.
Oh.
Ram jam it through it.
Just
Ram
ram
jam.
jam.
Ram
Ram
jam.
jam.
The Ram Jam.
That did not
Did
move.
absolutely
It did
nothing.
Did absolutely
Didn't
nothing.
budge even one bit.
There is a little. It says there's
What's
like
that,
a little
Nick Spry?
LED
What's
little
that you see
display
there?
here. It says insert cash.
Oh,
$65.
thank God.
65.
60.
Kaz,
But
get
actually,
over here.
for Florida, that's actually cheap. That's actually dirt
yeah, I
cheap.
guess
for Florida.
that's true. That's one of the discount ones.
Insert Kaz.
Can we get, like, a
Kaz?
group
Get over
rate?
here.
All
Get
right.
in there.
What's the slot?
Put your
situation?
foot in there.
There's actually a V-chip reader on here too.
Yeah, there's a V-chip reader.
How did they have that technology down here? This place is like covered with moss. It doesn't like anyone's been down here for a long time.
That's incredible. He must
We've
have been
seen
really forward thinking.
Right,
Yeah.
we've seen so much advanced technology. in
Kaz,
this
get
place.
your foot out of the chip reader.
All right, let's
Let me
put-
try this. I have a Fort Fritz credit card.
Whoa, wait.
Yeah, cha-ching.
What's
That's
the limit
where
on
all
that
that
guy?
money's been draining out of my account recently. All
Well-
like $8 I had.
You guys know that we're like loaded now, right?
Really?
Thanks to you, the listener, of course. Thanks to you.
Thanks, listener.
Check us in the mail. Let me just go ahead and.
Swipe. Hold
Yeah.
it. Wait, don't remove it yet. It's a
Yeah,
V-chip.
you gotta stick it.
gotta
Okay,
in
you
there.
gotta-
Do it
you
again,
can't
do it
swipe, you
again,
have to
do it
stick
again,
it
do
in.
Hit cancel.
Okay, yeah, okay. But don't put cash back. Never put, because they add money onto that too, so don't get cash back.
That seemed to work.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm through, guys.
Okay.
I'm through. All right, I got to pass the card back, I guess.
All right,
yeah,
I'll take it. I'll take it. I gotta stick it in again. Wait. Do I stick it in again?
No. It'll make that noise that sounds like you did it wrong when it's right. Yeah, when it's right.
Okay, and that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. And it says, I'm in. Okay, I'm in. I'm good.
All right, high five.
How about it? Hey!
Yeah, that's great. All right, pass the card back now to Kaz.
No, I think he's, Kaz is doing okay. You
Well,
got this, right, Kaz? You got this.
Hold on, guys. I just got to notice that I've overdrafted from that credit card.
Bitch.
Come on,
guys.
But hey, it's cool. We're in, so you're fine. You got all the cash, man. Your name is Kaz. It almost sounds like cash. So I guess I don't need this anymore. So here, you can take that.
All right, and we'll just come here, Nicky Spry. Stand next to me. We'll double in on this one here. And
Just
sounds like you've done that before.
hold me close.
All right, get close.
All right.
Can you smell my breath?
Use the card.
That's going to overdraft me.
Yeah, whatever. Use the card. Kaz, use it.
All right, and we're in.
Go!
Nice.
2 for
So
1.
we owe you.
That's a lot of money. It's okay. You know what? Don't
a
worry
kick in
about
the
it.
ass for
Yeah.
putting us in this position
Yeah.
in the first place, and then we'll figure out like your monetary bill later.
Inconsiderate. Guys, look at this. Look at all this stuff in here. Come on, let's go a little bit further in.
Okay, but
Sure.
this doesn't make any sense. None
What
of this makes
the
any
what?
sense.
It looks like they're what I can only assume is their anthropomorphic rodent mascot. It looks like a Slender Man, but is
It's got some type of
unnervingly
mask, like a. Why would a rat wear a mask?
Oh, wait, look. It's got a speaker in its mouth and a push button on its belly
right.
button.
What is it?
Push the
What
button.
is this?
What? Okay, this is, what could go wrong? Let's push the button at the giant anthropomorphic evil mouse thing.
Yeah, hit it.
It's Felix Land, it's Felix Land, it's the greatest land, it's the grandest land, it's Felix Land. Organ solo's gonna go here. I haven't gotten the organist over here yet. And then Felix Land, bird noises, any kind of bird, I don't care. Felix Land. Okay, alright, okay. Okay, so we're gonna have an amusement park ride. We're gonna have rails going from every flume ride. We're gonna have rails going everywhere. We're gonna have the little kiosk with the custard. Rails going everywhere. Rails through the goddamn walls. Rails through the ceiling. Also, remind me to come up with a mascot that's gonna be inviting to all ages.
Well,
That was really weird.
Oh man, I liked it. I liked it.
If that was
I
his
like the
outline.
fact that he put the beta out there.
But he had the foresight to realize it was going to be creepy as fuck while he's recording the track. Like, I don't know about this guy. Let's maybe, side note, change him later.
You seem to have a fondness for rails, and I'm not just talking about the construction type. In case you,
Well,
can't
there
get
are a
my
lot
meaning.
of rails here, right? It looks like monorails.
Wait,
going.
where? Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah.
There's
no.
one ride, okay? Do you guys see this? It's a little trailer. It's a brown trailer. Do you guys
Yeah.
want to pop in here
We
and
should
just see
not.
what it is?
We should not.
Come on,
Maybe
What's the
man,
worst that
Daddy.
could happen in an underground theme park?
What's the worst that could happen? Come on, man, Daddy.
Everything, but as always, what the hell? Let's
All
do
right.
it.
yeah, I want a souvenir. I want a koozie.
I'm going to get front.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay. We're all buckled down
Man,
here.
Daddy, let's
Kaz,
get back here and anchor it down.
Yeah, we need to put the big man in the back.
Yeah,
but
let's
these
make
little
sure
two
that-
lightweights might flip out.
Kaz, go ahead. Can you reach that button? Hit the button.
Yep, got it. And we're off.
Okay.
This is exciting.
Fun, man.
This is
I've been
Actually,
on one of
really
these in years.
advanced. And it's got water and everything?
It's a log flume. It's like
I hope this is water.
Oh, we're
It's
going
weightless.
Oh, my God.
Hold on, wait.
Here it comes.
oh, what the hell?
what
I got
the
some. I got something in my eye.
I got
That was the
something on me.
teensiest little splash of.
There's
what
a
is
lot
this?
of... Okay, and the ride's done.
I think we're
That's
done.
it?
I think we're done.
My eye's really
That was just
burning.
yeah,
gross.
I get like a caustic smell.
I don't like
This
that.
is not good.
Was that CLR?
I don't know. I think it was like an ocean of antifreeze or something. This is not good.
Jeez. That really,
Let's
it
get out of
hurts.
this.
Yeah,
It
let's
hurts.
get the hell out of here. This is not good.
That was the lamest fucking flume ride of all time.
It was.
Ow. Hey, I can see out of my one good eye. It looks like Felix put in a little eye wash station. How
Yeah, I was gonna
thoughtful of
say,
him. I'm
nice.
gonna rinse this my bad eye out. And,
Like in chemistry class. when it was like,
yeah. Ooh.
Nice.
Soothing.
There you go.
Ooh,
There
I
you
can see
go.
again.
I'm glad we can trust the water
Oh.
coming out of the
Hey.
eye wash thing too.
Hey, look, right across the way. There's I think that's a gift shop. It says
Of course there's a gift shop.
Angela's Ashes.
Right.
She's involved with this too.
Of course. She's never left.
She's never left. She's never
always
left this
been
place.
here.
So of course she'd have her little boutique. All right, let's go check out.
It's all lit
Yeah, I
up.
want
Let's
a
go check
koozie.
it out.
I want a
Yeah.
koozie.
It
Yeah, we need
smells
koozies.
delicious.
It's named after one of the saddest books of all time, but it's so pleasant.
by Frank McCourt.
Yes,
Never read it.
terrible book.
It
smells
just,
delightful in here.
yeah, it
Yeah.
just seems like it's like this assortment of organic plants that she's grown.
They don't have any koozies here. There's nothing but plants in little jars.
Yeah, but the
jars have a
like,
powder kind of
Yeah,
thing.
they have like a powder in a jar, which
It is-
I'm always
yeah.
slightly attracted to.
All right,
It is
let's
powdered.
crank
Let's
one of these down.
Open
Let's
it
see-
up. Open it up and
Take a whiff. See what he.
see how it quote unquote smells.
Look at this tiny little spoon. It's perfect for your nostril.
Oh, how about that? Wait, that.
Whoa!
Woo. Okay. Well, you don't
Take
know how.
it easy.
Okay. You don't know how.
I think he just fell asleep.
Oh.
He can't.
Okay,
He can't. Okay. He just now stopped.
The spoon is gone.
Yeah,
Bit
where'd
of a gank. Bit
where'd
of
the
a
spoon
gank.
go?
Oh man, that is good. Oh
Nice.
yeah, Angela does it again.
That's awesome.
Oh man,
All right.
ooh, let's go ride some rides or something. I don't know. Let's just talk about things. How you doing? Everybody feeling good? Fritz, Nick,
Yeah.
Cass, y'all doing good?
You
Doing
seem
good?
very
Man,
aggressively
this is
commenting
awesome.
on
You're
me.
alert.
Awesome.
Stop touching me.
You're alert. Settle down.
Now I'm crushing.
Maybe do another one.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe hey, hang on. I'll control the ash supply for now, so that you don't totally weird me out again with how excited you got.
Wait, there's another one of those buttons.
Hey, yeah. Flip it.
Okay,
Hit it. Switch it.
I'm gonna hit the button, man.
Theme song for Angela's Ashes. How's your mother? How's your father? Only thing that really matters. Angela's Ashes. Get here and get high. Get here and get high. Angela's Ashes.
Whoa.
That
Kinda
fucking
on the
went,
nose,
yeah,
don't
that-
you think?
that
I mean,
went-
and
That'll do
literally on the nose. That was literally on the nose.
That'll do it.
I don't know. Is this a good idea?
He must be talking about the tobacco plants, guys.
Obviously.
I don't
mean,
think these are tobacco plants, dude.
Look, there's
At
tobacco
least some
plants
type of
back there.
hybrid.
So
I
you're
mean,
saying
we
this
were
is like-
talking about Chile earlier, and you know,
Is this some
there's,
kind of snuff? Yeah.
it's snuff enough. I don't know, man. It's pretty. Can I get more of that?
Yeah, let's-
Yeah, snuff is legal in
let's
every
do a
state.
couple-
Don't give him.
Y'all
Don't
want
give
to
him
get
a
down
spoon.
on this?
No spoon.
No spoon this time. Just put your nose right in the jar.
All right,
Just take
there
a
you
good
go.
whiff.
Man, Daddy, it seems like you're trying to protect yourself from something related to theme parks because you have been on edge the entire moment we stepped in
Well,
here.
I'm a
What's going on?
native of
What's going on?
Orlando. I'm a native Orlandoian, and so we understand that there's a side to Disney that most non-O's, we call you non-O's, people that weren't born in Orlando, that there is a dark side to Disney. Have you ever heard about some of the, shall we say, more sinister things about Disney?
Like the man?
Oh, there's a little bit that he doesn't like people to know about. Little possibilities of not being not hating Hitler, shall we say?
Jeez.
Now, we've all heard Disney World and Disneyland called the happiest place on earth.
Right?
Well, as you're about to learn, even the happiest of places have dark corners. Of course, there are several different ghosts that haunt the different parks. Of course. How could there not be?
Absolutely.
They've been around so long, there's going to be a ghost.
Space Mountain is the oldest ride, longest line.
Oh, and there's a few ghosts that inhabit that. One of the
No
ones,
shit.
Oh, yeah. But the one I want to talk about right now is at the Tower of Terror.
Really?
Here in Orlando.
But that one's not that old.
I know. And there's a ghost of a former cast member that haunts it.
Ooh,
And because he was
Whoa.
loading people into the Delta platform and had a heart attack and died right there. And since that day, there have been, in just the Delta platform, music getting turned on and off, lights getting turned on and off, and people seeing ghostly apparitions at the side of their head, to the point where now there's a standing practice that when they're closing down, you're not allowed to close down the Delta platform by yourself, because they have to go through the whole ride at the very end just to make sure everything's working. One of the stories is that they had a group of people closing down the Delta platform, and while they're going down, the lights went out for the entire ride. The ride did all of its motions and everything, but the lights were out the entire time. Therefore, it was completely terrifying for the cast members doing it. When they came off, they talked to the security guards that were watching them on video, and they said, "No, the lights were on the whole time. We were watching it."
Whoa,
Yeah,
that is weird.
Yeah, so it was just like a stationized area of darkness on them,
Like everyone had temporary blindness for
something like that. Yeah. Now,
Interdimensional.
there's also a similar entity that lives in It's a Small World, As is It's a Small World didn't need to be terrifying,
Right, exactly.
More terrifying than it already is.
Why does everyone hate that ride?
Well, it's not there anymore.
Because
I think
it
they changed
just keeps going and going and going and
song.
going. Now, the haunting began in 1999.
Okay.
A group were in the ride when suddenly it stopped. Lights came on, and the guests were asked to exit the ride and leave the building as soon as possible. And one woman had a few shots left on her disposable camera and just started taking random shots.
Okay.
Later, when she got home a few weeks later, she's looking at the shots, and one of the shots is just looking up the ceiling with the whole lights on the ride, and you can clearly see a cast member hanging from the ceiling. A cast member committed suicide. Right there in the middle of the ride, there were ambulances and everything outside the ride. Once they got there, they didn't know what it was all about.
Are you kidding me?
Once they saw the picture, for years after that, there were sightings of ghostly figures, and once again, the whole mischievous thing of knocking things around and and turning off different
Mischief.
parts. Yeah, little mischiefy ghosts. They never really do anything that terrifying nowadays, except for being dead people.
Right.
That's terrifying enough.
Yes.
And they have similar things going on at, of course, Haunted Mansion, because the Haunted Mansion, a lot of people, for some reason, have gotten in the habit of taking their loved ones' ashes and depositing them in the ride somewhere.
Well, I think the name lends itself to that,
But now they actually sell urns in the gift shop to try to discourage people from doing this.
We know you don't have an urn. You're just carrying around your late husband in your pocket. So just please buy this
just like a
$50 urn. That's shaped like Mickey
Popeye's
Mouse's
bag
head.
or something, just like handfuls like along the ride. Like,
It's just like
Gary, I
breadcrumbs.
miss you.
Mandaddy, do you know anything about the Disneyland, I believe, in California, the video of the apparition walking out of the Haunted Mansion?
Yes. Where,
Do
from the
you-
courtyard.
So you obviously have seen this,
Yes,
and
I
for
have.
Kaz and Nick's Bride, those who have not seen
I've
it,
not seen it.
it's a simple YouTube search away from you. All you need to it's from the security camera, and you just see this kind of this like fuzzy, blurry entity. Light waves are going in and out of it, diffracting. And it walks pretty much out of the Haunted Mansion all the way across for a good distance away from it.
It's such like a poser ghost move, though. Like you don't even haunt a real house. You go to Disneyland, find the Haunted Mansion, and
That
haunt
is kind of lame,
right? Like just go find a real house. That's lame.
Maybe it was so damned haunted, though, that they were like, get out, poser.
It wasn't cool enough to haunt the Haunted Mansion. It's
Right.
like
It's
like
the
a
elite.
Studio
It's
50s.
the It's the A Club haunting.
Go haunt the teacups.
No, you wouldn't see it. Like, will you see something? I don't know. Now, all these stories, while creepier in their own right, pales in comparison to the story of the lost Mickey Mouse film from the 1930s. This was supposedly discovered by Leonard Maltin.
Really?
But he won't talk about it now.
Who's that?
Movie critic.
Now, he was working on a Walt Disney's Treasures DVD set. And the film shows Mickey just walking down a street looking slightly down with a blank look on his face and disjointed piano music playing in the background. And this continues basically on a loop for about 3 minutes and then fades to black. That's it.
Okay.
And so he thought he found like maybe some test footage or something like that. And so he decided that even though it's not anything special, it's Disney, so we should preserve it. So he asked to get a digital copy and found out when he said it to him, like, no, this film was actually 9 minutes and 4 seconds long.
Oh.
And so they got the digital copy. And once they got back, they decided to watch it after the fade out. So it stayed black until about the 6 minute mark. And then the footage of Mickey walking reappeared, but without the piano music. It was replaced with a languageless murmur, an almost gurgling cry in the distance as he's walking down the street. And over the next few minutes, the murmur keeps getting louder and more distressed. Then the imagery changes. The look on Mickey's face goes from blank to almost a sinister sneer. Then the sidewalk starts to twist and turn in impossible directions. Colors that shouldn't have been possible with the technology at the time fade in and out. Buildings begin to collapse and become nothing more than rubble floating in midair. By 8 minutes in, the murmur has become a blood-curdling scream. Mickey's face begins to distort and fall apart. His eyes rolling to the bottom of his chin and his mouth beginning to curl into an evil grin as he frantically starts running down the impossible sidewalk. At this point, Leonard Maltin could not take it anymore. He instructed an employee to watch the rest of the film, take notes, and file the disc away. According to the notes,
Oh, God.
it continued for another minute until finally Mickey collapses to the ground dead, and a syringe is seen falling from his hands. It then cuts to the typical smiling Mickey logo that all the classic cartoons end with, with the sound of a broken music box in the background. At the bottom of the screen was a line of text in Russian. and it roughly translated into "the sights of hell bring its viewers back in." That's when things got weird. Because there was the last 30 seconds that no one knows exactly what happened. Some people said that there's been images of devils. Some people say there's other things. But according to a security card, after the employee was finished watching the video, he stumbled out of the viewing room with pale white skin. He uttered the phrase, "Real suffering is not known."
Oh, no, goddamn.
And he repeated it 7 times in a row. And then quickly grabbed the guard's gun and blew his own brains out.
Whoa!
Wow.
Right there on the spot. No one is sure what happened to the original cartoon. Malton refuses to speak about it to this day. Some claim that he burned the original copy and that now on YouTube you can find various versions under the title suicidemouse.av. But everyone says that those aren't the real ones, that there's a different one out there. No one's really sure what mysterious force was contained in that original version. But one thing is for sure, even at the happiest place on Earth, darkness still lurks.
Well, I mean, that's a very frightening
Disturbing.
way to
Yeah, it's unsettling.
die and
It is.
end in a theme park forever.
I ruin everything. It's what I do.
I'm going to go around Angela's ashes, okay?
Yeah, let's do that.
I can do another rail.
It seems way too big for the middle of this theme park. There's a lot of dilapidated rides. Some are half-cocked and not even finished, and some are just paper drawings of...
Yeah, that's weird that he's got little popsicle sticks
My
stuck in the
God.
ground with drawings on them.
I like
Do
that.
you guys see this?
What?
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 Oh.
Oh.
Hello.
This is the granddaddy of all theme park rides.
Oh my god.
That thing goes all the way up there.
It goes way up there.
Way up there. It goes through the damn ground. Look at that. There's
How is
roots
this
showing.
even possible? Once again, defying physics and logic.
Common sense.
And look at the base supporting system of this.
Wow.
This has got to be way higher than this. Way higher than this.
All right, you guys
I'm
want to
gonna
ride
go
it?
ride this.
Let's ride it.
Oh, yeah.
Ride
You gotta
this
do it.
roller
Let's ride it.
coaster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking, okay.
Come on, gang, let's go.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Wait.
Come on, let's go.
Let's do this.
All
Let's
right,
do this.
All right, yeah, come
Yeah,
on,
there's
let's
a staircase. Line
You li-
starts here.
You're listening to Fort Fritz. Let's see how high
Literally.
we can get.
All right, welcome back to Fort Fritz. We just walked up a butt ton of stairs.
A lot.
To get up to the roof
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
check
yeah,
out
yeah,
how
yeah.
to get into this roller
This roller coaster looks awesome, man. I can't wait. It's all chrome and black and pink, just like my favorite wrestler, Bret Hitman Hart.
Calm down, little buddy. Calm down. We're going to ride the ride. It's all right. Come on, little buddy.
But how did
No.
How did I not see this?
No,
I was
no.
on this roof
Yeah, how
looking
come you
for.
didn't mention that?
You'd think I would have seen it, and even though I was terrified
Right,
and
'cause
frightened
you were on
for
the
my
roof.
life
During a blizzard.
so you guys could know if there was a water tank on the roof during a blizzard in Florida.
Right.
So
You
just
make it sound
to-
so trivial. It was
Just
a serious
to clarify,
investigation.
was there an actual water tank, Kaz? Because I don't remember.
There was not.
No.
Nick Spry, you
No,
corroborate?
no, he said there wasn't. But he fell
We
through
had
the
to
roof.
right. We had to go with his testimony.
So, Man Daddy, you say that there was no water tank on this roof.
Not at all.
Did you not notice that there is probably 75 to 80 feet above this wing of the house a fucking roller coaster?
Yeah.
Why did you not mention that?
Well, I mean, fact of the matter is A, you told me to come up on the roof.
We did.
B, you made me risk my life.
Yeah. Yep. True. Also
B,
true.
Well, I mean,
I
that's,
almost lost my life.
We would have
And-
given him
that's really
subjective.
Or am I like E or F now? Am I on E?
C.
Well, you started with numbers, I
So
think.
K, I just totally didn't tell you because you didn't ask me. I was totally worried about falling through the roof, and like while I was falling to the ground,
Right,
my
right.
last thought was like, how the fuck is there like a roller coaster up there and shit? And then I hit the ground and thought I was dead for a little while.
Yeah, we did
and
too.
So, and you never brought up the roller coaster thing, so now I'm just realizing, okay, yeah, there's a totally roller coaster sticking out the top of your Ford.
I totally thought in my head when you did fall that I had made the worst decision of my life. Now I can honestly say You made the worst decision of your life by not telling us about this awesome roller coaster.
I'm sorry that I was near the precipice of death.
Let's get on this goddamn roller coaster.
Hop on it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go. Right.
right.
Whoa.
Wait. This does not look safe.
This thing
doesn't
came in
look safe
hot.
at all.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
this thing came in hot.
Okay, but like
It
these
stopped on its time.
rails
Yeah, hot
that
one
it's
in the
on
tube.
look brand new. They look like they're some kind of carbon fiber. But this thing, the actual roller coaster cart, it looks like
It's kind of shoddy.
they're folding chairs.
Yeah, those are folding
I
chairs.
see a lot of duct tape.
They are like nailed to a mining, what looks like a mining
cart from
Yeah.
Indiana Jones 2. Yeah, that's exactly what this
Where's
is.
short round?
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking. Where's short round?
You're short round in this one.
Can I just say,
Wow, I'm only one of those things.
Kaz, what? That was
What do you
snarky
mean?
as hell.
Why?
Why would
No,
you say
short-
that about co-host Mandaddy?
Because-
He outranks you.
No, he's a fan favorite. He's a fan
Wait,
favorite.
I outrank him? I could actually like do things to him?
Whoa.
Oh, hey, no. This is no. This is way more
Short
interesting.
round was the co-host of Indiana Jones 2, Temple of Doom. So that's
Okay,
the equivalence
all
that I'm drawing here.
You win this round, Kaz.
We're losing focus. Roller coaster, guys.
All right, let's hop on. Fuck it.
Still terrified, but let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
And,
All right.
okay,
We've
so
seen worse.
I'm not gonna. I, for whatever reason, am gonna be in the back. Mandaddy says he wants to be up front.
Yeah, I just want. If I'm gonna die, I want to see it right in the face.
I will say my lawn chair it just looks like it's liquid glued. I don't see the duct tape that the
There
other
aren't
chairs
even
have.
any safety belts.
It seems like
Yeah.
he ran out of tape halfway through the duct taping of this thing, and that a lot of it is staples and glue.
My chair does have a beer holder, so I'm okay.
All right,
I'm fine.
but I think the statement, hold on tight, is very applicable here. There are no safety belts.
None.
No bars
All right,
come down over your
boys,
head.
you know what that means? Lock hands.
All right,
Okay.
come
all
on.
right, hold on.
All right.
Buddy system.
Man,
Kaz, you're with me.
Yeah, you're dude. There was no question.
Yeah.
Guys, seriously though, please hold my hand. Miss
Everyone
Fry in
hold
the
hands.
back.
Everyone hold hands. All right.
Forehand.
I don't know why Kaz and Mandaddy are up front, but
Fritzy's hands are super soft. He
we like
moisturizes.
We decided we were going to go anchor on the last one. We're going to go
up front.
helm on this one.
Okay.
We're taking
Yeah,
the helm.
yeah.
Let's put the weight in the front and
Yeah.
make this happen.
All right, let's do this.
All right, everybody holding hands.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys ready? I'm a
Take
little
deep
nervous. I'm a
breath.
little nervous.
It's all right. This is going to be terrifying.
Okay,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure we're all going to die.
All right,
I'm pretty
all
sure.
right.
Hold on, let me finish my drink, please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's do it. And
Hit the button.
Hit the button.
Hello and welcome back to Felix Land. If you have been on this ride before, you have not been killed, but we will kill you this time. This is the drop from the sky. I hope you've learned your lesson, and obviously you haven't. Prepare to die.
Oh, thank God.
We're just coasting back
We
in.
have a little bit of space.
We definitely left contact with the tracks at one point.
I can't get my liquid nails. See, no. I can't get it down.
Just fucking jump off. I'm done. I don't want to do it in this. Yeah,
peed,
I'm done.
peed,
We were
I
dead.
peed.
I definitely died at one point.
It was not. That was not
was
cool.
dead.
Oh god. Oh, that was rough, guys. That was really cathartic. I feel super relaxed. You guys want to go get like some? I saw a ceviche bar. There's like Peruvian
yeah.
ceviche
I
around
love
the
it.
corner.
That sounds good.
So we can just go and get some of that.
Let's go get some seafood.
What a rough landing. Oh.
Where are we?
We're on the ground.
Oh, my balls are halfway up my ass. For them, that I'm perfect.
That was a
We're back to
stupid thing we did.
We're back at the main room.
He put a couch down for us.
We did
my
land on the
God.
couch.
We landed,
On the couch. Oh. How serendipitous that the house movers knew exactly where to move this furniture.
That your evil bastard of an uncle just tried to kill us and dropped us on a porn couch.
But he didn't, and that was amazing.
He totally broke that couch though. That mine shaft car, whatever.
I was gonna say it was definitely some
it's destroyed.
math.
That's a one-time ride.
Yeah, no, I'm done with that one.
Yeah, we won't have to do that again.
Oh, wow, that was amazing.
I'm sweating.
I don't know. Okay, hi guys. I need some fresh air. I'm
that
gonna
was
go over.
ridiculous, dude. That was the most terrifying thing I think I've ever been on, and at the same time, it was
The
terrific.
store leads outside, right, Fritz?
I don't know.
All right, I'm just going to open it.
Yeah, fuck it at this point.
Guys, there's another door behind this door.
Double door.
All right, let me open this door.
Wait, hold on. You shouldn't.
I'm just going to open it.
Just do it.
It's another door.
Yeah, exactly. But don't open that next.
Well, I'm gonna
door.
because I need to get outside. It's another door.
What?
It's like Mystery Funhouse without the fun.
It's just
Nick
one straight line of
All right,
doors.
hold on,
Listen
wait.
to me.
I'm gonna open
Do
this-
not open the. Open the next
I'm
door.
opening this next door.
Okay.
Oh, there's a staircase.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, different.
Okay, I'm gonna go up these
Now,
stairs.
do not go up this.
They end at the ceiling.
Yes.
What
There's
the
nothing.
hell?
They end at the ceiling. Guys, this is freaking me out.
This is some bad construction work is what this
It's
is.
just unfinished. This fucking lax.
Guys, this reminds me of the Winchester Mystery House.
Oh God, no.
That doesn't sound good.
I've never heard of this. Please.
Winchester Mystery House? Come on, it's still there. You can go see it.
Are there guns?
Well, let me tell you about
It's
that.
America, so yes.
Basically, I mean, they're... All right, so to give you a little background, the story revolves around Sarah Winchester, but she was born in 1839 in New Haven, Connecticut. She came from an affluent family. She was very well educated. She was known to be a petite woman, 4'10" and about 90 pounds, but
4'10"?
very little woman.
That's
but
tiny. It's barely a person.
she was a powerhouse. People said that she dominated the social scene. She had a
Nice.
sparkling personality.
A pistol.
She was very well educated. She had a great talent for the piano, studied music. She spoke 4 languages.
Whoa, beautiful.
Also, in New Haven,
Overcompensating much?
do you know what the 4 languages are? Or?
I do not offhand know what they are. So also in New Haven, Connecticut, there was another wealthy family of much renown, the Winchester family.
Okay.
And everyone knows this name because of the Winchester rifles, the gun company.
Of course.
Oh, God,
So
yeah.
the patriarch of this family, Oliver Winchester, he was a rifle magnate. He was born in the early 19th century. He then became a successful businessman, and his firm bought out a company that produced a rifle that was a repeating rifle called the volcanic rifle.
How can we ever thank them?
Well, as opposed to a front-end musket loader, this revolutionized warfare.
You can kill so many more people now.
Yes, this was pump action. What do you think of when you shoot like a BB gun?
Oh, yeah.
So they could fire many rounds in succession. This made the company a lot of money.
Were they all like the little tiny round shot Civil
No.
War, or was this after the Civil War?
This was
Well,
was
if he was
before
born
the
in-
Civil War. This was before the Civil
Really?
War, but they started firing what we think of now as regular bullets.
The charge inside the bullet instead of having to be inside the rifle.
They actually came out with a rifle called the Henry rifle in, I think, 1856, 1857, right before the Civil War, and it became the favorite rifle to use by the Northern troops during the
I
Civil
can
War.
kill so many people with this rifle.
Exactly.
Have you seen this rifle? You can just kill all day.
Yeah, and then the company went on later in 1873. They produced the 73 Winchester, which is known as the gun that won the West.
The cowboy rifle.
It is the cowboy rifle.
really
Yes,
like the
it was
long
used
range,
during-
almost like like medium range.
Looks like
rifle.
the Red Ryder BB gun. Like it's got
Exactly.
like the handle that like
When you
snaps
think
out.
about
Yeah.
the Indian Wars, this was the predominant gun used on both sides. A lot of people died at the hands of these rifles.
Sweet.
But this also made the Winchester family a lot of money. So eventually, Sarah and the son of the Winchester family, William Wirt Winchester, who was 2 years older than Sarah, they eventually married in 1862. And they had a child 4 years later, Annie, but she succumbed to marasmus, which is basically an infant disease where the body cannot digest proteins, and so basically the child starves to death.
Damn.
That's
Yes,
horrible.
It was very, very tragic. And
Wow.
Sarah was devastated by this, and she never quite got over the loss of her daughter. Friends of hers and associates said that she was pushed almost to the brink of madness by this. And then 15 years later, in 1881, her husband, William, he passed away from pulmonary tuberculosis. This death outright ruined her. She couldn't handle her grief, but it also made her an extremely rich woman.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Well, the father, the patriarch of the company, had passed away 3 years before that, so the inheritance went to them, and then when her husband died, she basically got a lump sum of around $20.5 million in the year 1881.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
That is an incrable amount of money.
Well-
but was Winchester the number one rifle?
It was. This
Really?
was. They had multiple government contracts. This was the weapon of America. So when you think about today's standards, $20.5 million is roughly $446 million.
Wow.
In today's standards.
Wow.
Yes. She had a limitless amount of money, but stricken by grief, she didn't know what to do with herself. So she eventually consulted a spiritualist, a psychic in Boston, which I would have loved to hear that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to be a fly on the wall of that conversation.
But she felt like she was being punished or there was something haunting her, so she sought out this advice. And
Why?
She was initially trying to contact her husband.
Okay.
And so he was acting as a medium trying to channel him, but then he also brought up the point that she was being targeted by spirits of all of the people who had lost their lives due to the Winchester rifle.
Oh my
How
God.
she had made all of her money off of this blood money.
Blood money?
Yes. And
Interesting.
he instructed her that the only way that she would be able to live her life in peace was to head towards the setting sun and establish a house that she could never stop building for her entire life. And I'm not kidding. I'm paraphrasing. There's nothing that's been substantiated, but this is how the legend goes.
Yeah.
That he instructed her to constantly build this house so that spirits would have a place to go to after they had lost their lives at the hands of these rifles, or to confuse them so that they could never fully reach her.
To piss them off even after death. Just what could go wrong?
And so in 1884, Sarah headed out west. She ended up finding in the Santa Clara Valley, which is now San Jose. There was a
San Jose north of LA and south of San Francisco?
near the Bay Area, the Bay Area above Bakersfield. So she actually found this ranch house that was owned by a doctor. It was unfinished. It was 8 rooms, and she bought the property. It was a very, very large property. Today, it's only about 4.5 acres, but it was in the over 100 acres back then. And she decided to set to work immediately. She hired, at one point there was up to 22 carpenters, but she employed carpenters and eventually a staff of gardeners and a huge staff to construct and run a house. And she employed them 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. They took shifts for 38 years.
That's amazing.
To build this house.
Wow. Yeah, exactly right.
shit.
So this house was a monument to bygone era? Was it like conscripted to honor her late husband? Was it something like they had both agreed upon?
No, her late husband had no knowledge of this, and this all stems out of the advice of that spiritualist. She was constructing this never-ending project to secure or protect herself from the souls of these people who had lost their lives.
Whoa!
That's amazing.
But there's a lot of strange things in this house, and you can go see it.
That's like serious psychic guilt.
Yes.
When did they find? Is the construction still going on, or did they find? When did
Construction
they end it?
ended the day she died, the night she died,
Really?
in 1922.
Wow.
In September of 1922. It was September 5th, 1922.
All contracts were void.
Everything stopped, and she was a taskmaster. She stayed on her staff. She was very, very strict, and yet, because the house had to constantly change, there are so many strange anomalies in this place. By the time it was finished in 1922, or quote unquote finished, because it was never really finished, there were 161 rooms,
Wow.
47 fireplaces, 3 elevators, 10,000 panes of glass had been used. There were windows inside walls leading to nowhere. There were skylights that were not skylights. They were more of ceiling roof skylights. There was tons of work done by Louis Comfort Tiffany. Like these pristine, there's a room called the $25,000 room, which if you think back in that day was a lot of money.
Hell yeah.
A lot of these pristine leaden glass windows.
Dude, if I had a $25,000 room, I would never leave it.
Until the pizza ran out.
I would want to die until the pizza ran out.
When I hear the story, all I can think about is the combination of the movie The Money Pit and like Paranormal Activity.
Well,
It's sort of like Brewster's Millions meets The Money Pit, right? Like you got to like constantly spend your blood money to like build this giant house for the ghosts.
It's a super curious story though, because there's all of these weird things like staircases that lead to nowhere. They go right to a ceiling, doors that open
Up
to
to a wall.
nowhere, that on the 3rd story lead right outside, and you would plummet 50 feet straight down.
Really?
The house, as it grew and grew and grew over the years, I think by the time around the early 1900s, it was 7 stories tall.
Wow.
But then when the great earthquake, it was April 18th, 1906, hit San Francisco, it collapsed the top 3 levels onto the lower 4 levels, and actually Sarah was trapped in her bedroom for a long period of time. And she took this as a sign from the spirits that she was almost done with the house. She had almost completed it, and so they got very angry. And so she ordered the first 30 rooms of the house to be blocked off, totally partitioned off, so that it would never be completed, and started expanding backwards and continually building after that. She actually moved onto a houseboat for 6 years after that, but still sent daily instructions to her carpenters. Like I said, she was a taskmaster and always made sure they were working.
Wow.
That's awesome. And then moved back in 1912.
She moved back in?
And the construction never ceased up until her death in 1922. But the other curious thing about her is that she was very, very much into the metaphysical. She had what people called a seance room. There's differing theories. Some people say that she was a Horcruxian, which is has a lot of ties into Kabbalah, into Hermeticism. They also say that she was a Mason, because there is a lot of symbology in the house. She was obsessed with the number 13. You see it in all the stained glass windows there. There are
a good number to be obsessed with.
13. It's a power number.
Yeah, but not necessarily one of the better power
There are
numbers.
13 palm trees lining the drive. There are 13 steps on most staircases. There are 13 drain holes in this very expensive Italian sink that she had modified. There's a famous chandelier that
It's
when
just
she
like
moved
keeping
in,
your umbrellas underneath a ladder where you have your black cat sanctuary.
Right.
I mean,
Not in every culture, though, because in feng shui,
Yes.
13 is a power number. It's a very heavy power number.
But going back to, she had a seance room where she would every single night go in at midnight. They would ring a bell at midnight, and then again at 2 a.m. when she would invite spirits in. She was the only one who went into this room. She would even take different paths to get there circuitously. There are literally miles of corridors inside this house.
So she was trying to juke this ghost?
She was trying to.
you'll never get me.
She was making sure none of her staff ever followed her.
Oh, that's crazy.
And she would there was only one door leading into this place, and you couldn't leave out of that door. And then there were 3 doors leading out. One of them was hidden in a closet, but she would spend 2 hours here conversing with the spirits, and people had reported hearing baby laughter or other voices and her.
Nothing's more
talking out
terrifying
loud.
than baby laughter when there shouldn't
Seriously.
be babies.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a baby and you hear baby laughter, fine. If there's no babies and you hear baby laughter, get out.
It's a problem.
And so, even up to the very night that she died, she would perform this ritual of going into that room. It said actually on the night that she passed away, the workers took a break, which they never did. They stopped construction and decided to have a card game and sneak into her whiskey and have a drink. And then the next morning, one of the only people that actually was in contact with her, she was such a recluse, discovered that she was dead, and the work ceased.
So what do you think, like, did they ever say why they decided that night to knock off?
No one really knows, and it's just like no one really knows why Sarah Winchester decided to invest all of this money and years of her life. She designed the house herself every morning. She would talk to the spirits, they would give her the design, and then she would report to her carpenters the next morning on what she wanted done.
How old was she when she died?
She was 83 years old.
It could have been like a philanthropic gesture. Like she's like, look, all these carpenters are out of work. Like, let's just get them.
She was a
working on
job
something."
creator.
Yeah.
Well, actually, she was very, very philanthropic.
There you
Donated
go.
to many societies, but
So
she
she's-
always did it anonymously.
And that's even better.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'd go into her secret laughing chamber and crack up
Just
for an hour or two a day.
baby
like
laugh
a
for
kid.
an hour and then come out.
And then just come out and then eventually die.
So I just went back, and you said she was how old?
She was 82 years old. I misspoke.
You know, it's funny. I just closed 82 different doors leading up to here, and I just closed the last one behind me. I found this little tape recorder.
What?
You guys want to check it out?
Okay.
I mean, we're in this tiny little
might as well.
bathroom
Might as
now.
well.
I mean, we're not really going anywhere.
Hit the button.
Hello and welcome to Felix Land. You are now dead. Good luck trying to get out of my mystery fortress. Loop the lap for a long time. Make it seem like I'm deranged.
What, dude?
Wait, we're not. How would you know you're dead if you're? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. If you're dead, you're not hearing. Are
Just
we
try
dead?
to open up the door. Open up the door.
But which door? There's 83 or 2 or 8.
Open up one of the doors, and
right.
let's just keep going.
Okay. All right. Well,
There's got to be a way out of this maze.
Can we roll
now.
for initiative or something? There's a lot of doors here. I don't know.
I mean, it just seems like too many doors to really care. Let's just keep opening doors. How about
Do we
that?
want to split up and check all the doors? Or
No,
we
let's not
stay
Scooby-Doo it.
together?
We're not
yeah,
Scooby-Doo
yeah,
it.
yeah.
No.
All right,
But
Kaz,
if we
grab door 72.
Open it.
Just
You
fly
got
that
it?
bastard open.
All right, here we go.
All right, I got 65, nothing.
Nothing.
No, it was okay. Okay. Nick, you go to 23.
Got
Nick,
it. All right.
Grab it. Open it.
Nope, there's a toilet. It's a bathroom.
Okay. Fritz, you go for 4.
4 is a brick wall.
Son of a bitch.
There's nothing behind it. I'm trying to kick it. Nothing.
All right, I'm going with door 6-6. I mean, doesn't seem like a good idea because if there's another 6 behind it,
Sure.
you know where we're heading.
Right.
All right, opening door 6-6 now. Ooh, this is nice. Oh, this is nice.
I feel a lot of AC coming out of there.
Yeah, that's a cool breeze right there.
Can we go into that one?
Let's go to this one. This is very nice. Oh my God, guys, it's open bar.
Okay.
Open bar. Oh, this is okay.
So room 6-6 goes back to the wet bar.
Yeah,
That's
that's awesome.
$65
Yeah,
is paying off.
It was $65. Now you go to room 6-6 and you get open bar.
It's the next step. It's the next step.
It's so totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Well, until we see you next time, thank you for listening to Fort Fritz. Go on to the Facebook, look us up at Fort Fritz, also Twitter at Fort Fritz MCT, and we also have a whole line of different coffins you can buy. Isn't that right, Man Daddy?
Oh, yeah. You can get all the Fort Fritz coffins. They're absolutely some of the highest quality coffins you can find in the planet. They're made with some of the deepest hard woods and with comfy pillows to rest your dead head on.
It's only $6,900. Just go to Fort Fritz at mct.yahoo.periwinkle and you can buy your own. Thank you for listening. This is Fort Fritz.